lay down and stretch out and all those good things, good plan, sleeping schedule, all those kind of things. All those things that are important, And so, it's different to travel 10 or 11 hours to play a home game, but it's just, as Coach Hill always told me, play anybody, anywhere, anytime. And so, it's just one of those things where, sleep as much as you can, hydrate, do all the right things, stretch, all those kind of things, move around. But obviously, sleep is most important. We were able to do that.
The walkthrough, you guys are going to be playing at Wembley. How helpful do you think that will be just to the team to get a sense of condition and just kind of envision being there on Sunday?
Well, yeah. I mean, thank goodness it'll be my second time, playing there. When it was your first time, the turf's a little bit different. The atmosphere is a little bit different. And being able to go out there and walk through there is going to be really nice for our team. I especially think, for the young guys and the guys that haven't played here, I think it'll be really good.
The schedule this time is much different than it was last time. But just having been over here and been through it, do you think that experience from 2014 is going to help you at all here?
Yeah, 100%. Because there's always, when you haven't done something, the unknown, right? And, you don't know until you know kind of a thing. And so being able to rely back on, what we did my rookie year and, the 2 trips we've made down to Mexico, obviously that helps as well. Not playing a home game really in the Coliseum, just all those little things that matter. Family and friends and all that, there's a lot to figure out, especially when you're in a different country, right? And, you got to figure all those things out early in the week and then turn it all into football and all business, as soon as you get on that plane.
John said he feels you guys are a ways away from turning the corner. How close do you guys think you are?
Oh, yeah. I mean, goodness. We obviously have a lot of work to do, just like every football team. There's always things to clean up, but you wish you were making your mistakes with wins. You wish you were making those corrections on Monday and Tuesday, with a win, underneath the win column. So, there's nothing left to be said, man. We got to win. We know that. We know that as a team. We know that as a unit. We need to score points. We need to win the games. However we need to do that, that's what we need to start doing. And once we do that, they come in doubles, triples, all those kind of things. They come rolling. So once we hit our stride, hopefully it'll start this week, and we can kind of have that bye week and get ready for the next one.
John said that he feels perhaps you need to get the ball more into Marshall Lynch's hands. How much would that balance help your offense?
Well, definitely. I think, last week, again, a lot of it's determined on situation, right? We want to be balanced. We want to be 100% balanced all the time. In the game that we won, we threw it 58 times, ran it 30, 40 something times. That's obviously you don't want that many plays. You wish as an offense you have that many plays, but that kind of ratio, that kind of balance is good for our football team. It's good for me. It's good for him. It's good for our offensive line, to be honest. So we have to be balanced, absolutely.
You talked right after last game about feeling like, you probably at times prep, just competitive. You want to
Correct.
At times you can be guilty of trying to do too much just because you want to win.
Yep.
Is there sometimes benefits to pressing? I mean, even when you guys won that game against the Browns, there's some pretty tight window throws. Is there just a happy medium there where your will to compete and want to win helps? And doesn't always detract, and how do you navigate balancing the two?
Correct, yeah. There's a fine line, right? Because a lot of the games that we've won, just in my career, I just think back, there's been a lot of tight window, a lot of risky throws that sometimes you have to make them, right? Sometimes you have to do certain things. Now, is it, first and goal on the goal line? No, right? I don't need to do it then. But there are times in games, in the second halves where you do have to do those things. And I think my problem is I want to win every play, for my team. I want to, no, this is the play. No, this is the one that's going to turn it around for us. And I think that's where I get in trouble. So just, really studying those, going back, looking at them honestly, and just saying, did I really need to do that, in that situation? And just being conscious during the game of, what's the score? What's the situation? There's always next play unless there's not, right? And so that's something that, I'll definitely get corrected. It's not. The funny thing is, it hadn't been a problem my whole life, right? And then, for whatever reason this year it's come up, but we'll get it right, I promise.
With that.
That's right. Yeah.
You're seeing from him, that is a lot.
Man, to be completely honest, I just know I can speak for this year. Last year was just vague in my mind, right? But game plan wise, this year, I mean, we have conscious effort for everybody on offense that say, hey, if they're playing this way or they're doing this or they're doing that, these are the plays we got, you know. And it's not just this formation; it's multiple formations. It's that, you know, this is how we think we can get it to this guy or this guy. So far, he's been hot, man. You know, I know he's a tight end, but he's really, you know, a good number one target for any team to have, and I'm glad that we have him. You know, Jared is obviously a mismatch. If we can get, you know, some man coverage and then zone coverage, he's so smart that he knows the soft part of the zone. He knows where to sit. He knows where I need him to be and when I need him to be there. So, you know, it's been good to have him because when guys try and take the other guys away, you know, it's good to have someone like that to get the ball to.
Every game matters. With that being said, you know, a chance to improve to 2-4 before the bye, and you have 2 games after that. You're in the Bay Area. What does this game mean for you guys? And you talked about not pressing, but just to help you guys get out of that hole. What does Sunday mean? Man,
it means a lot. You know, just to have a win. You know, especially when you have a bye week. You know, it's always good to win on the bye week, make the corrections, and then you feel the momentum of, hey, you know, we won the last game. Now let's take it over and carry it over to this one. You know, and again, like I said earlier, it's easier to make corrections over wins than losses, right? When you win, a lot of things are overlooked. Sometimes, you know, when you lose, everything is looked at, right? Even if it was good, you know, years prior, right? But that's just this business. And so we know as a team we're in a spot where we need to win. We need to win this game. And our sole focus on the plane ride over, our sole focus all week is whatever it takes, let's just win this game. And just like it is every week, but I think that heightened sense of urgency has been good for our young guys and good for our team.
You touched on it there, Derek. When you last had a game, you were roughly 4 years ago.
Yes.
In that time span, how much do you feel you've matured?
Oh my goodness, a lot, yeah. Especially in just the last, you know, however many months with Coach Gruden, right? You know, I mean, my last time here, I was out there just throwing the ball hard, you know, just trying to figure things out. Does that work? Oh, nope, that didn't work. You know, those kind of things. You know, now I have a better understanding and grasp of the game, you know, of really understanding, you know, and at the time you don't know, right? You're a rookie, you're like, I got this, you know, but then you're here 5 years later and you sit there and you're like, oh my goodness, I knew nothing, you know, I really didn't. So as long as you keep working, as long as you just stay, you know, true to listening to the coaches and their critiques and those kind of things, I think any NFL player, you know, 5 years later should be a better player, at least a smarter one, you know, as long as their body holds up.
You were in LA last week at the Chargers facility. It's made for a soccer stage,
Yeah.
team. What was that like in that cramped locker room? I've been in there, it's super cramped.
Yeah.
Wembley, same sort of thing. I think it's made for a soccer team. Can you remember what that was like? How did they compare?
Yes, Wembley's was definitely nicer. I do remember that. You know, the one down in LA is not visitor friendly. You know, it's to say the least, right? It's very tight, but that's a part of it. You know, I've heard some visitor locker rooms are painted pink and those kind of things in college and stuff. They just try and mess with you, but it's all good.
People look at Cooper's numbers up and down a little bit.
Yeah.
Surprised. And on a Monday, we look at the box score and say 1 target in the last game.
Yep.
What's your immediate reaction? Think about a lot, or it's really going to have some strategy better?
Yeah. So to be completely honest, when I look at targets, like I don't look at them as like I only looked his way one time, right? You know, there were multiple times in the game where my eyes went straight to him. You know, where I'm looking to see if, you know, it was going to work or things like that, and it just didn't. You know, he had a good corner on him also. There was a couple times where maybe there could have been a flag. He got held up on a certain route and just can't throw it. You know, and things like that. But I mean, there was definitely multiple times I was looking his way, but they just didn't. They didn't end up, you know, working out.
A couple more guys.
How much does having a vet can save for an announcement coming in help you out?
Oh my goodness, a lot. You know, Jordy. I think he's proven to all of us, you know, that he can still play football. You know, he's a really good football player. Again, I'm glad that Green Bay let him go. I don't know if he was at first, but you know, hopefully he is now. You know, he's catching a lot of balls and being productive for us. He's a good friend, a good teammate. He's a good leader on our team, and he doesn't have to say anything at all. You know, if you just come to practice and watch how he works during our team drills, every ball he catches, you know, he finishes it all the way to the end zone with great effort. And I think that it rubs off on the young guys. You know, and sometimes coach will put the ball in the -20 and he's got to finish 80 yards every time. And I purposely try and throw the ball to him every time during practice when that happens to get him extra condition. But, you know, it's good. It's a good thing to have a guy like Jordy because he understands how the NFL works, man. You know, we work our tails off. You know, we're all doing the right things. And it's only a matter of time before it turns for us.
Defensive guys complain about the roughing passing rule changes. So
Yeah.
do you feel you get more time now on the ball?
No, no, they're still trying to rip my head off. You know, don't let the commentary fool you. They're still trying to punish the quarterback. So I've heard those things. Obviously, we had an incident a couple weeks ago where a guy tried to ease up on me and actually ended up tearing his ACL, and I don't want that. You know, I truly mean it. I would have much rather him fall on me, knock the wind out of me, and me get up and be fine, and then him tear his ACL, 100%. But I do understand the rules. They are what they are to keep the game safer, keep the quarterbacks healthy. You know, no one wants to see Brady or Aaron, break collarbone or tear their knee up, right? I understand those side of things. You know, but at the same time, if we're making the game safer for all positions, that's what I'm concerned about.
Last one, guys.
Fletchy is doubtful for this game. What are your thoughts about the readiness? Obviously, the first time he stepped in last week at that spot. Just what he provides as somebody who's really kicking the back.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, honestly, like we all look at John as like the sixth starter. You know, that's been since he got here. You know, he just has proved himself over and over again with not only his but obviously his physicalness, his nastiness, not only in the run game but in the passing game. You see him trying to finish people off in the passing game, kind of like KO does, and to have that a little bit of a defensive end. I really want to come back inside and get leveled off by this guy. All those things, he can start anywhere, and so the fact that he's playing for us, it's no surprise. I mean, the guy is definitely a starter in this league.